Well, hello, hello, my kindred spirits. How are you doing today? I hope that every one of y'all are doing great. It is almost Christmas time, and I'm so excited. Now, this time of year is beautiful and magical, and all of the trimmings and fun and festivities that come with it are such a delight. But I have to tell you, I really look forward to after Christmas, that week between Christmas and New Year's, because that is when I do my end of year reset so that I can get ready for the next year and I can start it off with a bang when I do some of these simple things that I've been doing for the last few years. And so in today's video, I thought I would show you what I do. So the first thing that I do is I always go and buy a fresh new calendar. I'm an old-fashioned girl, so I like to use a paper calendar, and this hangs in the kitchen so that my whole family can see it, and it's easier for me to keep up with things that are going on in our lives. And I'll tell you a funny story. I started keeping a calendar when I was in the 8th grade, so that was 1987. I have kept a calendar every year, a paper calendar, since 1987. I've not only kept them, I have kept them. I have a drawer in the bottom of my dresser that has, oh my goodness, is that like 37? No, it was more than that. 30, yeah, 37 calendars, I believe that's right. That may be right. That's a lot of calendars. Someday my children will find them and probably toss them out. But for now, they're neat and compact because they lay flat. And it is the sweetest thing because if I can't remember a date that something important may have happened, I can go back and look at one of those old calendars because I'll remember the year and I can find that information. And it's almost like a diary, but with a little less information. But it's so sweet to go back and look at that. So anyway, if you're a keeper, if you are nostalgic and sentimental like me, that might be something that you've done too. But a fresh new calendar with the possibilities of a whole 365 days to do fun stuff is exciting to me. So that's the first thing I do for my end of year reset. Now, the second thing that I go and do is I buy a couple of new notebooks. I buy a large one and a smaller one. The reason why I buy the large one is this is my planner. Now, I have tried all the planners. I have had the Franklin Covey Monarch size planner, and I've had the Franklin Covey, the smaller one. I've had the day planners. I've had the Erin Condren planners. I've had the ones that you can print off from online. I've had the ones that you can get at the Hobby Lobby with all the stickers and all the bells and whistles. I think they even sing to you sometimes. But I have found it is too much. It's I hate to even say this because but it's overstimulating to my mind, and it makes me not want to do any kind of writing in one. What I need is just a plain old notebook. This serves the purpose because after all you got to do is write down a date and time and what you need to do on these, right? You don't have to overcomplicate things. So I love to use a plain old notebook for my planner, and I'll have to buy a second one as the year progresses, but I love to start the new year off with a fresh new notebook as my planner. And then for this smaller notebook, this one stays in my purse. Now, this is good if I need to write somebody a note while I'm out, or more importantly, the reason I have this is I always have a book with me. I'm always reading one or two books, and I always try to keep one in my purse. And while I'm reading, there's always an idea or a thought that I have about that book, and I will write down little notes in my notebook and maybe flesh out ideas later on that I learned in that book. And it's just, I find it very handy to have in my purse a little notebook to write down notes about books I'm reading, or again, just ideas that I have, because I'm always coming up with new ideas. And so it's good to have a place to write them down because you will not remember them. So this is a great thing. Now, the third item that I like to get at the end of the year for my reset is a brand new handbag. And this year I have this beautiful handbag by Teddy Blake. Let me show you this before I unwrap it first. It comes in this beautiful box. They do a great job of packaging everything up before they send it. But then let me show you. It also comes in a little dust bag here. And I chose the Lola Palmetto bag in Bordeaux this year, and I am in love with this beautiful, beautiful bag. It smells so good. It smells like a boot store. It's genuine leather. It was handcrafted in Italy. What I like about it is it's large. I can carry it in hand, or it has this strap that I can carry it with. It has beautiful hardware. Look at how pretty that is. It has a nice little zipper pouch, and then it has all this spacious room, so that will go a long way in keeping my notebooks, my books, and all the other various sundries that mothers like to keep in their purses. It's made from premium leather by craftsmen in Italy, and it's affordable luxury that I like to splurge on at least once a year because it is really well made. Now, Teddy Blake was so kind to give all of my viewers a discount code. So if you go to their website and find a bag that you love, you can enter in the discount code TB Southern Lady 30 for a 30% off coupon for any bags that are not on sale on their website. And they are always coming out with new collections. So if you go to their website, you don't really see one that you love, go ahead and sign up for their email newsletter. And they come out with a new collection once a month. And so you might find one eventually that you love and you'll want to buy too. So anyway, check them out if you get a chance because I am in love with this bag and I can't wait to carry it. Fourth thing that I like to do for an end of year reset is a quick closet declutter. Now, I know many of you, like me, have clothes that you've purchased throughout the year and then you look at it and wonder, why in the world did I buy that? If you haven't worn it in a year and it's still in good shape, consider giving it away. And if it's in bad shape, like some of the things I have, toss it out or use it as a dust rag. Just get rid of it. I find that if I have fewer items to choose from, but when I walk into my closet, I can see what I have a lot more fun putting together different outfits using just what I have. And I'm on, well, I say this now, let's hope I can keep it. I want to do a no spend year next year. We'll talk about that in another video, but that's my plan as of now. So we'll see how that works. But that means I'm only going to buy the essentials. And clothing, I have enough clothing. So I have enough of those essentials. But anyway, a quick closet declutter is something that I do at the end of every year because it feels so good and fresh when you do that. And now the fifth and final thing that I have for you today is my very favorite, and it's an acts of kindness calendar that I create. So what I do is I get my little paper calendar out that I showed you, and I write out a list of 12 different friends or even acquaintances, just people that I know in the area or even out of town. And I write their name down, and then I write out something that I know about them, something that I know they like or something that I think would please them. And then I assign a month to each person. And every month I do something kind for that person. So for instance, January is my friend Christina. Christina loves freshly pressed juices, and I have a really good juicer, and so she loves this lemon ginger blast juice, and so I make her up several quarts of that. That's my plan, to make her up several quarts of that green juice and call her up one day in January and say, Christina, I'm coming over. And I'll typically just leave it on her porch because I don't want anybody to feel obligated. I just want to leave it there as an act of kindness, but she knows it's from me. She loves that. And so that's what my plan is to do for January for her. I have Mr. Jerry, our widowed neighbor, down for February. And so my son Nate and I will take Mr. Jerry out for lunch one of those days in February. For March, I have my friend Alta. She lives in Pennsylvania and she loves to write. She is the best letter writer ever, and she's so poetic. So we already correspond a lot with one another. But what I'll do in March is I'll send her my monthly letter, but I'll also paint a little watercolor for her. She likes to collect my watercolors, and so I'll paint a little watercolor painting for her and send it. And I've been doing this for the last 5 years, and what is so beautiful about it is every time at least 2 or 3 people during the course of that year will tell me, you don't know how much that meant to me, because I was having a really hard day, or the day before something was going on that was really rough. And I have found that those little small acts of kindness that are spontaneous to that person, they don't know that they're on my list, is really wonderful. And so I encourage you, if you don't do any of these 5 things, maybe consider doing that, because it doesn't have to be big or fancy what you do for them. Just an encouraging note, maybe taped to their car or sent in the mail. You just never know what a difference that can make in somebody's life. Well, my friends, if you're still here watching and you learned something today, give this video a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. And let me know in the comments, what's something that you typically do before the start of the new year or the end of the year to kind of reset everything and get ready for that fresh new year that's coming up. Let me know what you like to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.